What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are back with another video. Today we're back with our NBA Finals predictions. It's that time of year already. We're back to the NBA Finals. I mean, I'm so excited, obviously. The last series of basketball for the year, so it's going to be exciting to see who prevails, and, it's going to be the 7th new team in New Year, which is amazing, I think. I think that parity is great. Like, the evenness of the league right now, like, any team could realistically, like, make the playoffs, and, like, so many teams have a chance of winning it. It's unbelievable, which is just amazing to see in the league right now. But yeah, so I'll start off with a conference finals recap, and then I'll tell you my top 10 players in the finals, and then I'll give you my finals prediction at the end. So we'll start off with the Western Conference Finals, where, I mean, the Thunder, they were just too dominant for the Wolves, honestly. So I predicted that the Thunder would win in 7. I severely under-predicted the Thunder, and maybe over-predicted the Wolves, but yeah, the Thunder won in 5. Maybe it was because, I don't know, the Wolves had only lost 2 games in the playoffs prior to then. I guess they were facing, like, an injured Warriors team, and I guess the Lakers team was just not as good as anyone expected them to be. But yeah, the Thunder did win in 5. I mean, they just dominated games 1 and 2 at home, like you would expect them to do. Like, the Wolves really had no chance. Ann and Rattle were really no-show throughout the entire series. But that Thunder defense is just so good. Like, it's one of the best defensives ever. Like, I think it's the best relative defense ever, or something like that, which means it's the best, like, compared to the rest of the teams at the league, it's the best. Something like that. It's unbelievable how good the Thunder defense is. But yeah, they just dominated in games 1 and 2. And then in game 3, obviously the Wolves dominated that one, and we were like, oh, is there going to be a comeback on here? The Wolves are going to pull off a comeback, but, the Thunder just shut that down in game 4. I mean, it was a close game, but I think the Thunder pretty much held the lead and controlled most of the game. And then in game 5, they shut them out at home with like a 30-point win. So, I mean, that first half was unbelievable. They were down by 30 in the first half, the Wolves, so realistically, they had no chance of winning that Game 5 against the Thunder away. The Thunder dominated all the home games in the series, all the games in OKC. And the Wolves, they had they've had a good season again, I guess, making the conference finals. You can't call that a bad season, especially after the trade, which everyone seemed to hate on when they traded Cat for Randall. But yeah, obviously, could have obviously been better. They could have beat the Thunder, but the Thunder is just one of the best teams of all time. I mean, what the Thunder have done so far in these playoffs, that just makes what the Nuggets did look even better. Like, forcing the Game 7 against the Thunder, that's damn impressive. Because, especially with an injured MPJ, injured Michael Jordan, and Aaron Gordon over the last couple of games, Jamal Murray was kind of sick, and then, Jokic was fine, but that was a good Nuggets team. We just have come to realize it's just that this Thunder team is just one of the best teams ever. Like, the defense is unbelievable. And I did say at the start of the series that if Jalen Williams can step up as the number 2 scorer, I do think that the Thunder easily advance. And he did. He was amazing throughout the series. He averaged over 20 points per game. So he was unbelievable. And Shea was just his MVP self. And yeah, he's been getting a lot of hate, I guess, for being a free throw merchant. But yeah, his MVP did get announced during the conference finals, and well deserved, I have to say. And yeah, I mean, the Thunder just outplayed the Wolves. It's simple as that. The Wolves just were not good enough. So, second time in a row, they've been eliminated in 5 in the Western Conference Finals. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Randall. If are they going to keep him or get rid of him, or I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, they probably will be right up there next season again. Obviously, they're still going to have Anthony Edwards. They're still going to have some good depth pieces. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the offseason, and whether they can come back to the NBA Conference Finals and maybe even get over the hump and make the NBA Finals next year. But yeah, this Thunder team is just so good. Then we'll go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and boy, was this a good series. I predicted the Pacers to win in 6, and that is exactly what happened. So Pacers in 6, I got that prediction correct. So I did go 2 for 2. I did think it would be a Thunder Pacers final. And I think that a lot of people predicted the Knicks to win the series. But yeah, I mean, we can start off by talking about Game 1. Like, Game 1 was unbelievable. The Knicks had like a 17-point lead with 6 minutes left, and you're thinking it's over, right? But then Aaron Nesmith hit 6 straight threes to cut the lead down and down and down. He was just unbelievable. And then that final sequence with Karl Anthony Towns missing a free throw, OG Anunoby missing a free throw, then Tyrese getting the ball back up on the line, backing up, hitting that shot, hitting the choke celly, and then it's a 2. It was unbelievable. Like, that's just pure cinema right there. I think that's the best game I've ever seen. Best game of the playoffs, best game of the season. That's one of the best games I've ever seen. Like, unbelievable what happened. And then obviously the Pacers going on to win in overtime. I mean, if they didn't, who knows? That choke Sally, that wouldn't be as clutch. It wouldn't look as good. But it was a crazy game. And then in game two, the Pacers did hold on. They did. I think they had the lead for majority of the game. But the Knicks kept pushing back, but the Pacers just held on in game two. Then in game three, the Knicks came back in this game. This was the game where the Pacers were up 20, but the Knicks came back from down 20 to win this game. And everyone was thinking, oh, is this the change as well in this series? But then the Pacers put on a dominant performance in game four, with Pascal and Tyrese both being amazing. Game five, the Knicks won at home, and then everyone's like, oh, Knicks in seven. But no, the Pacers shut that down real quick by winning back at home in Indiana, to advance to their first NBA Finals in 25 years, since Reggie Miller did it back in the day. But yeah, congrats to the Pacers. I mean, who should have won Conference Finals MVP? I mean, that's up for debate. Definitely whether Pascal or Tyrese should have won it, but both are great players. I think they both equally deserved it. Like, Pascal Siakam is one of the most underrated players in the NBA, and he's really shown out these playoffs that he is he's one of the best second options in the NBA, and first options at time. He's the first option at time on a finals team. Which you can't be much of a better player doing that. But the Pacers, they advanced. Tyrese was really good throughout the entire series. Obviously, he had that crazy game 4 performance with the 30, 12, 15, and 0 turnovers. That's one of the greatest performances in playoff history. But yeah, congrats to the Pacers. Obviously, a great win for them. And for the Knicks, it'll be interesting to see what they do. They've already fired Tibbs, which is actually pretty interesting, I think. But I do think that it was a bit of a early call to do that. And I don't think they really needed to do that. But yeah, it was interesting to see that they did fire Tibbs. But I think they should run the same team back, especially with the East being so wide open next year. The Celtics probably won't be as good. No Tatum. They don't have Tatum. They're probably going to have to trade some of their good guys like Drew, KP, and Jaylen Brown and Derek White. Is that enough to gouge you to the finals, I guess? Like, the favorites will probably be the Pacers again next year. But, the Bucks, will they still have Giannis? We don't know. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how the Knicks plays out next year. And I do think that the Knicks should run it back, because if they keep the same 5-man lineup, that's the best 5-man lineup in the East next year. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, now I'm going to give you my top 10 players in the NBA Finals. I will start off at number 10. I'm going to start off with Andrew Nembhard. Some honorable mentions who didn't quite make the cut include like Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, TJ McConnell. I mean, these guys are all good. Obi Toppin, he was very good as well. But yeah, these guys are good, but they just didn't quite make the cut for me in the top 10. So at number 10, I'm going to go Andrew Nembhard, like I said. I mean, he had Jalen Brunson in clamps in that game 6. He was absolutely defending him a lot. Like, I know he couldn't get a shot to fall, throughout the entire series, but I do think that his defense, allows him to play on the court even when his offense isn't rolling as normal. But when his offense is rolling, he's one of the best players on the court. And we'll see if he does have a good series, there's a chance the Pacers can defeat this Thunder team. But yeah, it's going to be difficult for them to do that. But if Andrew Nembhard does lock in offensively, then they can probably do that. At number 9, I have Isaiah Hartenstein. He's a very good player. I know, but he's such a good player. They picked him up in the offseason, and he's just been one of the best players for the Thunder, one of the best role players for the Thunder. He's been so good. Obviously, been that second big man after Chet, and just been controlling the rebounds, get that lefty floater up, and he's been good. He's been very good. He's been one of the best backup big men in the NBA. For him coming off the bench, that's a lot of talent to be coming off the bench. The Thunder have a lot of depth. I mean, these two teams are the two teams with the most depth in the NBA, honestly, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I have here. At number 8, I will go with Miles Turner. I think that Miles Turner is a very good center, and I think he is underrated. I know he probably couldn't guard Cat in that series, but he's still a good defensive center. He's a very good offensive center. He can shoot, he can roll, he can do anything you want. But I do think that Miles Turner is a very good player. Now he deserves to be the top 10 in these finals. At number 7, I am going to go Alex Caruso. I mean, he was just amazing defensively. He's been amazing defensively throughout these entire playoffs. And, like, he's one of the best defensive players and one of the best role players in the NBA. And the Thunder got him as well this offseason. So the two guys they've got in this offseason, which is like two big additions to this team that really helped them push to the finals. They're two older guys who've been in the NBA for a bit longer. And they have got or at least Caruso has got the championship experience with the Lakers, obviously, back in 2020. But yeah, great addition to the Thunder, Alex Caruso and iHeart. At number 6, I am going to go with Aaron Nesmith. I know he might be injured, but hopefully he is all good to go because he is one of the best players. He's just been shooting the lights out. And he's also an extremely good defensive player, really good 3-and-D player. Like, he is one of the best Pacers players, in my opinion. I know that might seem a bit high for you, but that's why I really have him. But then I think the top 5 is pretty much set for everyone. At number 5, I've got Chet. I mean, he can do everything. He can space the floor, he can block, he can shoot, he can really do anything. He's a good defender, he can guard on the perimeter, he can dunk, he can do anything. He's just one of those unicorn players. Like, he's 7'1". He's unbelievable, Chet. At number 4, I've got Jalen Williams. He really stepped up as a second scorer, as I said, in the Timberwolves series. He was obviously not as good in the Nuggets series, but I do think that he can do that again this series and step up as a second scorer behind Shea. And he's also a very good defensive player. Like, all of these Thunder players are so good defensively. At number 3, I'm going with Pascal Siakam. I mean, he is the reigning Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Not reigning, but the Eastern Conference Finals MVP for a reason. He's one of the best players. Like I said, he's just such a good second scorer, and he's not horrible on the defensive side of the ball either. Like, the Pacers are really going to need his offense to click if they want to win this series. At number 2, I've gone Tyrese. I mean, he's such a difference maker. Like, if he plays well, the Pacers win. If he doesn't play well, the Pacers probably lose. So, like, he's just such a difference maker. But they need him to really play well this series if they want to win, because this Thunder team is stacked. But at number 1, I do have the MVP, and probably the Finals MVP, for a reason, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is one of the best players in the NBA. Can score from anywhere. He's a good defender. Like, there's very few flaws in his game, offensively and defensively. So, he is my number 1 player in the finals. And finally, here's my finals prediction. I know that the Pacers are a very good team. I honestly want to say Thunder in 5, but I'm going to go with Thunder in 6 to show the Pacers some respect. Because I do think that they can win this series. They do have the assets to win this series. They do have the players to win this series, but I just don't think they can get it done against this Thunder team, which is one of the best teams of all time defensively. And, you know, it's gonna be such an interesting series because, you know, the Pacers' fast-rolling offense, will that be able to overcome OKC's defense? I don't think so. So that's why I'm going to go with the Thunder to win the finals and be the NBA champions in 6 games. So, you guys, thank you for watching. Let me know your predictions down in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye.